Kelsey Marie, and I'm back with another quick tutorial on Canva templates. So this is going to be the animated Q&A stories template. Link is in the description box below if you are stumbling across this video. And let's get started. So first things first, whenever you purchase the template, you are going to be emailed a link to this download PDF. It's going to look like this. It's very important that you read over the requirements and the instructions on how to use them. I'm going to have this video linked right here. And if you don't have a Canva Pro account, I highly encourage you to get one. It's totally worth the investment, and you can sign up right here. That said, Canva Pro is not necessary for this template. It is completely free. The capabilities are accessible to the free accounts. So whenever you download this PDF, you're going to click on this big yellow button after you've watched the video with the instructions and read over everything. And after clicking this button, it's going to take you to the actual template, and it's going to look like this. So before you get started and do anything, as always, you're going to want to click on File, Make a Copy. That way, if for some reason you delete something or aren't able to hit the undo button and you can't revert back to the previous version, you will have a original copy to go back to. So let's get into editing this template. This was a really fun template for me. I purposefully created it so that whenever you download it as an MP4 video, it's going to be exactly 15 seconds. You can see that right here in the top right hand corner of the screen, because that's the perfect time length for Instagram and Facebook stories. You have 15 seconds on one complete slide. So I'm going to play it real quick. That way you can just see what it looks like, and then we will get into editing. So as you can see, person number one is going to ask a question. It's going to look like you're typing out a response, and then your response will pop up at the end. It's really, really cute. And let's get into editing. So first things first, you're just going to click on the background and change it to whatever color you want. I'm going to change it from pink to blue, and we're going to click on this purple Change All button. And that one little click is going to change every single background in the template to the blue color. Next thing you're going to do is click on the text here, click on the text color, and change that color as well. And again, click Change All, and it's going to change every single slide in the template to the dark blue. All right, now here's where it gets a little bit more complicated, but it's still easy, and we've still got this. You are going to want to either upload your own photo with the Uploads tab, or come to the Photos tab and search for, let's just say, a selfie. This one looks good. This one's actually a pro photo. So if you have the free account, you'll be a little bit more limited on which photos you can use, but I'm sure you can find something. So let's just say I like this one because the pink is going to stand out on the blue background. All I have to do is click on it and drag it to this little circle right there. And it's going to look like she's the one who's posing the question. And if I want to change the question, all I have to do is click on this little text box, and I'm going to type in what is NRF2. This can be literally anything. Like, the question is so, you can customize it to be whatever you want it to be, as long as it fits in this text box here. I don't recommend that you change the size of the text bubbles, just because that's going to kind of mess up the spacing here at the end, like whenever it gets to the part that you actually answer the question. You see how close they are. So I don't recommend asking this really big, long, huge question. Just kind of keep it simple, and you shouldn't have any problems. I'm going to go back to the first page. And so yeah, we're going to ask, what is NRF2? The first thing that we need to do, though, is finish changing out the picture in every single slide. So you can do this one of two ways. You can either right click and copy if you're on a PC, or you can Command C if you're on a Mac. I'm on a Mac, so I like to do that. And if you choose to do it this way, you would have to come into each slide and delete what's there and then paste, which on a Mac is Command V, right click, paste on a PC. Otherwise, you can scroll down and you can just drag and drop for each slide the way that we did for the first one. Neither way is wrong. They're just different. I don't really like having to drag my mouse over. For me, it's just easier to click and paste. I'm a little bit faster this way. And I know it's going to take you a minute or two to get them all in there because there's 23 pages in here, but it was necessary to have all 23 pages for the end result to look like you were actually typing here. So the way this works is when this little, where is it at? When this little text box pops up right here, you see the little 3 dots, how like they're all different colors. Between each slide, the colors change. They move places. So like it rotates between them. And I had to get enough rotations for it to look like, you know, you were actually typing out a message. So that's the reason for there being 23 pages in the document or in the project. But just trust me, it's going to look great whenever you're all done. So we're almost done. It'll just take a minute. And there we go. That's the last page. So let's just pretend, because I don't want to, for time's sake, I don't want to have to go through and copy this question on all of them. I will ungroup that. But you would do the same thing. You would basically go in and copy it, come to the next slide, delete and paste, or you can manually type it in and fix it on each slide. Oops. Like so. Neither way is wrong. They're just different. So yeah, we'll just pretend like I edited them all on the question part, and then you are going to want to drop in a picture for you. Now, since it's a picture of you, you're going to want to use the photo that you have used for your profile picture, whether that's on Instagram or Facebook. I recommend you have the same profile picture across all platforms, but that's just me. And so for my picture, I have it already stored in my uploads here. I just need to scroll down and find it. And it's right here. So I would just drag and drop that in, double click and rearrange it so that it looks like it does on my social media. And we would do the same thing. Come in and copy, and then go into each one and paste, or you can just drag like we did earlier. But that involves more steps because you have to double click and move it around. So anyway, let's pretend like I already copied and pasted it on every single slide, all 23 pages. And then the last step is you're going to want to come down here and you will need to change the answer on this text. Try to fill up the entire bubble if you can, because it won't look right if you only have like 2 sentences here like this. Let's say your answer was only that big. Well, your text bubble shouldn't be that big if your answer is only 3 sentences. You know what I mean? And I don't want you to get into like changing the size of it too much, because then you move up the little tail thing here by doing that. See how it moved? So like you would have to move the words down, and then you'd have to make the text bubble smaller, but then you've got the shadow behind it, and it's just a mess. I do not recommend it. So try to make your answer maybe 4 to 5 sentences, I mean, not sentences, but lines there. That way it takes up the whole text bubble. So I'm going to undo. There we go. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is probably okay. 6 would be best because it takes up the whole thing. And that's really not hard to do because some of these questions, like about our products, they do take a little bit of explaining. So that said, you would go to the download button in the top right corner, and you would make sure that the file type is selected as MP4 video. It should be selected as default because the slides are animated. And you would make sure that all 23 pages are selected, and then you would hit the download button. And it's going to download as a video either to your phone or to your computer. I don't recommend that you edit too many things from Canva on your phone because it can be kind of hard to do with fat fingers, but hey, to each his own. But yeah, I do not recommend that you play with the timing on any of the slides. I have them timed perfectly, like I mentioned earlier, for it to be a full 15 seconds whenever it's said and done, and for the text bubbles to look like you're typing. Each one of these pages is only 0.3 seconds. So I do not recommend that you play with the timing on any of these pages. Just leave it as is, and I would not play with the animations. I would just leave those as well. Pretty simple. You really only have to change the background color, the font color here, edit the question, and then change out the photo bubbles to make it look like it's you and whoever is asking whatever question. And that's pretty much it. So again, we can play it real quick and see what the final product would look like. Yeah, it doesn't look it doesn't look exactly right because I didn't edit all of the slides, but you get the idea. Let me know if you have any questions. As always, I'm happy to help, and I'm here. I'm just one click away. Feel free to reach out if you need to. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.